Hey, what's going on, gents? Let's play some more Direct Strike. It is the weekend. I gotta get my dose in of Direct Strike. There's been a couple changes. There's been an update. Apparently, they removed the full-on draft mode, which I kind of personally really enjoyed. It gave a lot of like flexibility with the game, but it apparently can reroll units. Let's test this bad boy out. Wow, okay. You got a sick animation too. I actually like the second part of the draft. I forgot about a gold mine. That was kind of confusing, but you guys saw. Essentially, at the beginning of the game, you used to have the draft mode, and you would pick from different different tiers. So you'd have two picks from tier 1, 2 picks from tier 2, and 2 picks from tier 3. And you basically have a more compelling, I guess, overall appreciation for the game and for your own draft. But now it's basically all like spoon-fed to you, which is fine. You kind of have one mechanic of like re-rolling if you want to do so, but you're pretty much limited on options. It's either you like the roll, either you take this roll, or you have a second option. That's pretty much it. Remember when I said that I kind of was aiming for 2k elo? I might have to reassess my whole understanding with my, like, I guess setting goals and whatnot, because I am so far off that goal. I've been going literally the opposite direction, which is rough to say the least. But yeah, I know the editor, is going to have a lot of fun putting the graph on screen of my elo going down and down and down. But, you know, bottom line, I'm trying my best. And yeah, let's just pretend like it's my teammates. My teammates are the problem. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, it's not true. Teammates are relatively fine overall, I guess. I don't know. It depends. Okay, so we are matched versus footies. 3 footmen versus 4 footmen. So that's why you saw me winning middle. Interesting kind of scout. This game, as I mentioned before, is it's very reliant on information. So whatever information you get is basically what you're going to use to counteract your opponents. So in this case, I know I'm playing versus footmen. So what I can do basically is straight up go for 3 shamans to counteract those footmen. So it's a lot of a tug of war type game. So this game is straightforward. Obviously an auto battler. You're trying to send versus your opponent, and you're trying to win your own lane. So unfortunately here, waves will overlap because our teammate did lose. But oh, I'm assuming he's going for a gold mine. That's why. Okay. Interesting. But I basically do not want to cast lightning shield on random units. I want to keep my lightning shield for my wave in particular. So we're going to be reactivating it. So I guess the game is pretty much an auto battler, but bottom line, you have some maneuverability with the game. So you can actually toggle abilities on and off based on the gameplay. So you have some control over the game, but 90% of it is pretty much like AI based. So I feel like a lot of these games have been really popularized recently, like Survival Chaos. Direct Strike has been super fun. I've even saw Grubby come back to Direct Strike to play from time to time. It's an addicting game, to say the least. The problem is our opponent is going for full-on greed. You know what? I'm going to match that greed. I kind of want to go for that greed too. It's probably a mistake, but I kind of want to try it myself. Let's see how it goes. The thing is, if red is greeting, I kind of have to... I could match it to a certain degree, but I kind of like having 2 early gold mines. So I'm going to try to go for 2 early gold mines, get my hero on wave number 3, and scale from there. That's going to be my bet, at least. Let's hope that it works, but... it can pretty much bite me back in the butt. Technically, this is greedy. This is really greedy. You probably shouldn't be doing this, but kind of I like the extra gold. I really like this green number right here. When it's green, it's good. When it's green, it's good, man. All right, here comes the wave. Again, the big problem with this wave is because we're fighting banshees. Banshees are very good because for the obvious reasons that they have anti-magic shell, so it protects them from a specific amount of magic damage. This anti-magic shell can be purged, which is good. But the problem is it costs mana to purge or get rid of this mana shield. So we really have a very difficult kind of like draft versus our opponent, because basically he's automatically countering us with the magic anti-magic shell, right? So all of our spells, lightning shield, which usually is pretty good versus footies and whatnot, and even versus Pit Lord, is pretty much automatically countered by anti-magic shell. So we're gonna have to think outside of the box, tier up, and unfortunately I don't see any AoE dispel. So my only dispel is Shaman. So we're kind of in trouble, but I'm anticipating if I reach tier 3 and a really strong hero, I might be able to take on my opponent. All right, let's drop the Beastmaster, man. Oh my god, yeah. So Beastmaster, very good pick for this particular situation. I'll run you guys why this is a really good situation. So our opponent did reveal the fact that he didn't have any sort of dispel, right? So he has banshees. Banshees obviously do not have any dispel. He's gonna be forced to tier 2, and what that automatically gives me is a free bear on the map, which is a perfect high HP, strong, like damaging. He does a lot of damage. He has HP, quite a bit of HP. I think he gets bash and even blink at some point at the later levels. So that's why it's really good. So basically there's no good way for him to handle this bear, at least for the moment being, right? He's going to be forced to use essentially rifles. I mean, he has rifle, which is good, which will do a little bit less pierce damage. So the bear is heavy armored, so it will take a little bit more damage from Banshee, but it cannot be dispelled. The strongest thing against a bear is the obvious dispel, right? So, which he doesn't have. He's going to be forced to tier 2. So since I went for Rexar, it gives me momentum. So momentum is a big thing in this game. It just gives you a little bit more time, and it forces your opponent to tier up to actually deal with this, because the more bears are summoned, the more problematic this is going to be. And as you guys saw, I was able to get 2 bears in one wave, which is really good. The problem with rifles that I'm seeing is it can be easily counteracted by the defend from the footies. I think it's not a bad idea to get a couple. I should actually consider teching up, to be honest. You know what? I'm going to get a couple of these and then tech up. I think this is probably the angle. So go for a little bit more DPS to just handle Pit Lord, which is what I need. Take down that hero, get a lot of DPS, right? And also get some more frontline. I could also consider a couple upgrades, depending on how many rifles he has. I don't see any rifles. Only one. Since he only has one rifle, there's no point for me to go for defend. Defend reduces the incoming pierce damage by 50%. Since he only has one rifle, there's no point. Oh my god, this guy's going heavy on the Pit Lord. Okay, I see what he's doing. Yeah, this is the problem. He's like 3-shotting my pit. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, that's a problem. I think I need to counteract it. I need to do the same thing. I need to get my Beastmaster a little bit more HP, because this guy's going to take over. Pit Lord is going to be such an absolute monster if I don't handle him ASAP. All right, so the problem that I'm seeing, so we got 2 new addition to the actual army that I have, is I have 2 more things. You know what I'm going to do? Do I get bears? I think I'm going to get quill beasts, to be honest. I need also defend. Shoot. Now he has a lot more rifles, so now defend is going to be vital. It wasn't worth it before, but now it's definitely worth it. So what we're going to do is try to micro our caster here, so you actually get a little bit more healing on all the units. But this is why it's so good to get the belt. So my Rexar is Beastmaster is actually staying alive and soaking up a little bit of damage. It's an awkward split, but he's going to stay alive because there's not enough DPS, which is good. Hopefully I get enough mana to summon a bear or something, which would be nice, but at least we're almost stacked, which is huge. I actually have a obsidian statue to heal my teammates' whole army, so I'm going to be microing it as best as I can. But as you see, we're stabilizing a little bit, even with a greedy second gold mine. So depending if our opponents went for a gold mine or not, this could have been a really good decision. So he went for a greed. I kind of followed on my my teammates here, the blue the blue guy. I kind of like was influenced to go for the greed. But yeah, this is really good. We got a obsidian statue healing targets like that are underneath the... What is the cloud ability? Unholy Frenzy. Unholy Frenzy, actually, they take passively a little bit of damage, but it's being healed back up. So it's a kind of a sacrifice. Ooh, I gotta build. Let me build. What am I building here? I think more rifles is gonna be good. And I think I know, actually, you know what? That was a mistake. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go for upgrades here. I think one upgrade is pretty much called for. Slowly but surely bring my Obsidian Statue, heal the backline. So Unholy Frenzy takes a little bit of more HP from the actual units it's being applied, but in exchange, you actually get a significant attack speed boost, which is good. So here, same thing. We're going to be microing as best as we can. We got ourselves a nice Misha up in the mix, 420 HP, a heavy armor, and we also get it to level 2. And it literally almost doubles the HP pool, which is huge. So what's nice about this is not only do we have very strong summons, but we also have some very cool, buffs. So eventually once we get tier 3, we will get Bloodlust, which increases the attack speed of literally all of our units by a drastic margin. I think it's about like 30% or something like that. It goes pretty high. But what's also really cool is we have Dread of the Claw with the Roar. It lasts 30 seconds, 25% damage boost, which is really, really good. Usually I make the mistakes whenever there's Banshees to actually get Roar, but you cannot apply Roar on anti-magic shield units. So here, this is huge. I'm going to go for an additional mine, baby. Just because we freaking can, bro. Yeah. We're going for it. We have to be careful. It seems like our opponents are going for Frostworms. Technically, I could go for Dragonhawks. Does this guy have any sort of means to deal with air? I think the Skeletal Mages will be able to take down the air. Here, you know what I'm thinking is I kind of want to tech up. I think it has been reduced by a slight margin. So it used to be 450, the tech up to tier 3. So people would technically skip on teching up from time to time. But since it has been lowered, it's actually a pretty good strategy to tech up as soon as possible. Because you do have that gold advantage. So teching up, especially teching up at this point when I have a lot of shamans, it's going to be a massive buff to my whole army to actually get Bloodlust. So I opted for 1 armor upgrade and 1 damage upgrade. Get the 1/1 upgrade. My counterpart is also at 1 and 0. So I have an upgrade advantage, which is good. And all I need to do is just pressure as much as I can. If I'm dealing damage to that Pit Lord, taking him out as fast as possible, that's really good. I don't have any like strong single target damage units. I mean, you could rifle. If rifles focus on the Pit Lord, they're okay. They will do fine. But what's really nice about this specific situation is rifles do phenomenal versus huntresses. So as you saw, I not only didn't handle teal, but I also killed pretty much like 90% of yellow's army. Because rifles are, I think, do 30% extra damage to unarmored units. So that's why it's unlucky. This game is sometimes it's really unlucky. Is like your match versus opponents you're not supposed to be facing, right? So that's the awkward part of this game is waves get overlapped in an awkward way, and then you're facing an opponent that you're not building to counter, right? So this game it's a lot of back and forth. So you're trying to counter your opponents, and then at some point, because let's say one of your teammates makes a mistake, and then waves are overlapped in an awkward way. And then, yeah, the rest is history. So let's get a couple more shamans up in the mix. I got about, 6? We're going to be getting their last tier upgrade for Bloodlust. Whenever they're fighting, when my army is fighting, automatically they cast Bloodlust. Blue seems to have a lot of damage. I'm curious to see at the score screen at the end. We're both really freaking greedy. I'm really tempted to get a 4th gold mine. I'm going for it. The greed. Bro, I can't believe I went for a 4 mine strategy. This guy's going for... dude, I mean, I don't know why this guy's going straight up only Pit Lord. The problem with only focusing on Pit Lord is you're so liable to... Like, I kind of get it. But you're so liable, bro. Now this guy finally has Mountain Giants. That could be a problem for me if I'm not careful. So now, as you see, this 4 gold mine might bite me back in the butt. This guy's... Wait, he has Necros, Mountain Giants, and Huntresses. Yeah, this is going to be a really tough army. Level 5 Lich. This guy could be, easily take us out if we're not careful. Here, what I'm thinking is Thorns. All right, so the cool part about a full mine is you constantly have so much freaking gold, you don't even know what to do with it. So I just thought of something stupid that I just did, is I went for Torrents versus Banshees, which is a big blunder. You never want to do that because if I remember, this patch in particular actually rebalanced the Banshees in order for them to automatically aim for tier 3 units. So Banshees obviously would be more beneficial if they actually steal with their possession ability higher valued units. But since I had mostly footmen, it wasn't the case. So now we have to, because the thing is, I'm trying to counteract yellow, right? My objective is to take down yellow, and yellow I could easily take down with Torrents, but the problem is because Mounted Giants take 50% extra damage from Torrents, but the problem is where waves are overlapped in an awkward way. So I do want to be careful. I do not want to like build too many Torrents and have them stolen by Teal. Here I could also consider getting a couple more items on my Beastmaster is not a bad idea. Slowly but surely fitting in. I could even go for... Ooh, wait. I think Demolishers might not actually be too bad. I think Demolishers are actually pretty good. So what I'm... Okay, it seems like this guy's handling... Oh my god, look at blues! Okay, everyone's going for hero powering. Triple belt of strength, armor protection, evasion, and orb of Crasham. So he's handling air, no problem. Yeah, blue is like heavy carrying. This is really good. Like Necros seem very strong this patch, to be honest. Bloodlusted, Skellies, like so many units out on the map. He's finally getting Dispel, right? So Necromancers plus Dispel. He has a lot of like casters up in the back, so it's going to be a very good matchup. Here we could even get Burning Oil. Burning Oil is going to apply. It's going to be very good. Here we go. Last year, Misho to 800 HP. Even with Dispel, she's going to be an absolute nightmare to Dispel. It's going to require a lot of it. And the next level is going to be Stampede. Dude, I'm excited about this one. I think I've very rarely get Beastmaster to level 6. This is a very big freaking army. My casters are not doing much versus these bad boys. I'm considering getting a couple... You know what? I might actually get a couple Dragonhawks. Because Dragonhawks are going to be good, very good versus Frostworms. This guy doesn't have any sort of means to deal with air. So all I really have to do is just get one Dragonhawk per Frostworm. But to be honest, orange is starting to slack a little bit. Because I'm fighting orange. I'm fighting yellow, don't forget. And I'm taking a little bit out of it on his map. But I'm taking a little bit of his army, but not enough, it seems. And orange is not doing as much as I would expect. So you do have to be careful, because I feel like this gold extractor might be rough. But good thing our boy here is hella carrying. You know what? Let me get a medallion here, because I need a little bit of mana. So Medallion of Courage, essentially what it does is it gives you +5 strength and +5 intelligence. Beastmaster is a big summoner. You want a little bit of a mana pool in order for you to... Oh, look at this guy. In order for you to cast as many summons as possible. This guy is hilarious. No matter what, he's level 6, so he's going to reincarnate to full HP. But look at this guy. 1780 HP. 6 belt of strength. This guy does not give any fucks. I mean, this is granted. This is a good strategy. Oh, he didn't even get his ultimate off. That was a blunder. Now we got a really solid stack. I got 2 Demolishers in the back doing a lot of DPS. As long as you keep those bad boys alive, it's going to be pretty good. Can I get a level 6 in there? Stampede? Come on. Please. Stampede, please. Just use it. Even some of the Misha in there. That was a perfect micro by the AI. So you summon the Misha just to soak up a little bit of DPS. And it's keeping my Rexar Beastmaster alive. And now the Stampede is backlining, doing that insane amount of like splash damage. This is so good. It couldn't have been better. And now I see 2 Frostworms for my opponent, right? And all I'm going to do... I have so much gold, I can't even spend it. Okay, let's get an additional Dragonhawk in there. I think 2 for the fact that our opponent has 2 Frostworm is going to be perfect. Earthquake has been casted on the enemy fortress. Slowed the enemies down, which is good. I could consider going for bats, but I think that would be a waste, to be honest. Okay, I got a Farseer in time, which is I'm happy about. I think what I'm going to go for, honestly, is a Firebolt. Firebolt, very straightforward. Why I'm picking that is because I want to take down the most valuable target, or CC the most valuable target. So Firebolt actually prioritizes heroes, right? And what's cool about it is it CCs them for, I think 2 seconds? Yeah, 2 seconds. That's really good. Don't forget, this Pit Lord is an absolute raid boss. So if I'm CCing this Pit Lord, right? 2 seconds of him not auto-attacking is huge. Ooh, this is a problem. Okay, you see that CC? That's really good. He's level 7. Bro, we have a problem. They have a stack here. Bro, if they come back from this, I'm going to lose. I'm going to freaking lose it. That's a triple hero stack. And the upcoming wave is coming up. I don't know if Pit Lord was... I'm assuming, yeah, Pit Lord was killed. I need to get some upgrades. I went in for a couple Dragonhawks because I see so many freaking Frostworms. CCing them is so important. That prevents them from doing so much freaking damage. So that's really good for me. The Demon Hunter doesn't even have that many items, but he's an absolute nightmare to deal with. Let's go for Chain Lightning. I'm going to bring my Obsidian Stature ever so slightly closer. Here I'm going to get Cool Beast level 3. So level 3 Cool Beast plus level 3 Bear. That's huge for us. I'm happy that the Pit Lord is aiming the Misha, which is so good. Oh, unfortunately, he goes down. I thought he had Reincarnation in time. Okay, I think we might get a good stack here. My Beastmaster, 1360 HP. It's pretty good. I'm going to get a little bit more Firebolt up in the mix. We do not have enough mana, but I think we get a counter push here, which is huge. I'm going to get some armor upgrade. Why not? I think damage upgrade would have been better because only my backline is alive here. So I think I might consider going for a little bit more backline DPS. Krill Beast is still alive. Auras eventually might be good. This turned out to be a really solid match, to be honest. These guys are only 1-1 upgrade. My Farseer is still alive. Is going to be soaking up a stupid amount of XP because he's going to be pushing with yellow and blue. Let's micro our Obsidian Stature as best as we can. Let's get stats because we do not have any mana, so stats is going to be good. What do I want here? I think just upgrades. I'm not spending gold, guys, for an obvious reason. I know I have so much gold, but I need upgrades. That's the only thing that matters. I went 3-3 in the matter of seconds. That's why 4 gold mine is the play, man. I told you guys that was the play from the beginning. You guys did. I feel like a couple of you cringed a little bit at me going for 4 mines, but it turned out to be... That was scary. That was honestly a very scary pushback, to be honest. But yeah, it turned out to be a good, man. 3-3 upgraded. Honestly, this is the type of Direct Strike games that I actually love going back to. It's back and forth. It's just solid matchup. And yeah, we pulled our weight. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy this Direct Strike showcase. Thank you so much for Z for editing this video. If you guys want to see more of this in the future, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.